Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back this weekend with Anthem, the open demo. If you are not at work, you have a computer, and you're interested in playing Anthem, this weekend is the weekend to do it. The open demo runs from today, Friday, through Sunday evening. So if you'd rather check out Anthem yourself than watch somebody else do it, this is the one to do it on. You don't have to pre-order. You don't have to have Origin Access, Origin Premiere. You don't have to blow somebody who works for EA. None of that shit, right? So if you're interested in trying Anthem for yourself and forming your own educated opinion for free, then this is the weekend to do it. So let's get that out there first and foremost. As a heads up, you won't be able to unlock all Javelins if you didn't play last weekend. If you played last weekend during the VIP demo, you retained the 2 Javelins that you unlocked, and then you had the additional 2 unlocked for this weekend. So if you do the free demo, you'll be able to get in this weekend. You'll start with the Ranger Javelin, and you'll be able to pick one other Javelin of your choice to unlock and play around with and get a feel for the game. My own personal preference, if I were to recommend a Javelin, is the Interceptor, because it's just fun as hell to play. But in today's stream, I'm going to be trying to get the hang of the Colossus. I didn't get a chance to mess around with it last weekend. Right before the demo closed, they did unlock all 4 Javelins for everybody in the demo on Sunday evening. But at that point, I was already doing some other stuff, and I just never got around to it. So this is first time with the Colossus for me. I also still have to play around with the Storm a little bit. So that's kind of my my goal for today, is to get a little bit of pilot time in the Colossus and the Storm. If you don't know, the Colossus is basically this meaty boy who is supposed to be kind of like the tanky, get shot at Javelin. And then the Storm is almost like a caster. He hovers over the battlefield, drops a lot of area of effect, sets up combos for the rest of the team or himself, that kind of deal. So with that, let's go see how much I can get my ass beat in this thing. Let's set it back down to normal for right now, because we don't have crap for what do you call it? Colossus gear? So one of the things I'm kind of disappointed to see in this demo, and I hope it's resolved in the launch build, is that menu transitions and stuff are still kind of really fucking weird, right? Like, why didn't that load up the first time? You know? That kind of stuff is super frustrating to me. On one hand, like, yeah, it's good to hear them say that they've cleaned up things between the demo builds and the live build, but at the same time, like, it makes me nervous because that does rely on them being honest about it, and there's no way to evaluate that until launch day, and that makes me kind of concerned, right? Because, like, as much as I enjoy this game, I'm still at a point where I'm not, like, willing to recommend it to anybody yet, because there's a lot of unknowns until launch. I think a lot of, like, what they're doing is good and whatnot. I think a lot of what they're promising they're doing is very, very good with this game. But I'm very, very concerned when there are issues in the demo, beta, whatever, and a developer says, oh, yeah, we totally took care of that in the live build. You'll see it on launch day. So if you haven't bought the game yet and you're not sure about it, I would definitely say wait until launch day and see what actually, like, ships before you go pulling out your wallet and throwing it at EA, Bioware, whatever. One sec, let me switch out this battery really quick before we start actually doing stuff. Alright. let's go on a journey. So one of the issues I was having with the last build in the VIP demo was the infinite loading screen, and it's something that they said they think they fixed with this one. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that's accurate, because it was fucking infuriating to no end last weekend, when every time I tried to join on a friend or start a party and launch an expedition or do anything, this loading screen would get to 95% and just hang indefinitely. And I'm assuming that since I'm getting that, we're okay. Nope. Cool. God. Alright. Off to a great start. Anthem. Off to a great start. I mean, on one hand, this could be, hey, it's the open demo. There's a lot of people probably fucking around with this right now. And maybe that's the case, right? Like, their servers are getting pegged out. But at some point, like, your servers need to work, even in the demo. Especially kind of in the demo, right? Because that's when a lot of potential customers are going to be jumping on and, like, giving it a look over and seeing, like, is this really a game I want to spend $60 on? And if your servers are just doing this over and over again, that's a big no bueno. Like three quote unquote betas in a row, and your servers have had issues every single time. That's kind of starting to get very borderline red flag. I'm sure that there is a tweet from somebody at Bioware saying this is all stuff we fixed in the live build. That might be the case. Oh, cool. Thanks, man. Good to know. I need that pop-up every single time I log in. I guess on one hand, getting bounced back to the login screen is better than infinitely sitting at 95%. So maybe progress, I guess. Hey, Future Hero, how's it going, my man? Hey, Patrick, how's it going? How you guys on this lovely, lovely Friday afternoon? I had to make sure it was afternoon really quick. And I remembered that I was late starting the stream at 1. So it's definitely afternoon. At least here. Alright, so if we hear title screen music, that's bad. If we hear Javelin coming in for a landing, that's good. That's what we're going to be listening for towards the end of this beautiful load bar. Oh, really? You went with the early access for the Frozen Tundra expansion thing for Subnautica? I really wanted to pick that up after finding out about the Subnautica multiplayer mod. Moospeed and I did a little bit of that over this week to kind of like pass some time till the weekend. And that game is so fun playing it in co-op with a friend, right? But because it's not an official like multiplayer add-on or whatever, right? Like it's not official. It's just some dudes made it, right? It has a lot of issues, right? So we got like half a dozen reef backs spawning on top of each other, and it would just tank our performance out. Like we would start getting latency issues and stuff like that. And it really kind of like when I saw the new expansion coming out and they didn't have multiplayer in it, for Subnautica, I was like, man, that like I don't think I could play that game not multiplayer now, because it was just so much more fun, like sharing those experiences with another person, you know. Everybody's chilling out there. Let's go. Oh, I don't get a dash now. I am shield boy. That's gonna take some getting used to after playing the Interceptor. It's gonna take a lot of getting used to. It was like my go-to constantly using ability. Yeah, give me that. Please be some Colossus specific shield perks. That would be much appreciated, game. Oh shit, that's a turret. Weird that I don't have a shield itself either, though. I wonder if that's because I don't have a support system for the Colossus, or if that's just how they are. Not sure I'm a big fan of that. Oh no. Rise of Wildlife. Stalking. So this is still an issue, it seems like, with mobs just randomly despawning while you're in the open world. And sometimes they do it in dungeons as well. That is something that I hope they fucking really prioritize fixing, because it's incredibly frustrating and sort of a big deal. God, you can really tell that, like, all of my Colossus stuff is just random garbage that I picked up at a really low level. That was really sloppy. I can't do anything. What the fuck? I was like literally incapable of doing anything after I was frozen. That was weird. Hello, team.
I think you've calmed it down. That's a relief. Excellent work.
Ah!
Now, what did that just open up?
It opened up your mother. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the Colossus playing it like myself. One of the things I really don't like is the mortar, how it's aimed.
It's a Titan.
Like,
You found a Titan.
I have to hold down Q in order to pop it out instead of just tabbing it, or like, not tabbing it, but oh, what's the word I'm thinking of? Toggling it. Instead of toggling the like mortar sight mode, I have to literally hold down Q. Good God.
You downed a titan. That's fantastic.
And it looks like the flamethrower is the same way. It's really weird. On the wall. Like I would want to hit it and then just focus on aiming, right? And not like aiming while also holding down the button and then clicking to fire it. Like I would want to just hit Q to toggle the mortar sighting mode or whatever, and then mouse click when I want to fire it, or right click to disable it, or Q again to disable it, or something like that. Which is weird because that seems to be how all of the other ones are set up. Alright fam, where to? Just gonna stick by you guys because I'm weak as fuck. It's a lot of fun, Bioware, especially if you're into these kind of games. I enjoy it. God damn, man, again with this, like, these are the kind of bugs that I was talking about, right? Like really dumb shit like this where AI just despawns in the overworld for no reason, and then you can be damn sure later that kind of stuff is going to get them just savaged. I don't know what to call it, like reviews and whatnot. Because I've had instances in the last demo where shit despawns like that, you're like, oh, okay, whatever, and you start moving on, and then the next thing you know, it all respawns, and you're getting shot from behind because you thought it was gone. Or that, like, there wasn't anything there. Yeah, double meat boy. What up? I mean, I can see the Colossus being fun. I just feel like right now, because of how completely ungeared mine is, it's very hard to go from being very, very agile and competent with the Interceptor. God damn it, Alright, yeah, just despawn on me. Nice. It's really hard to go from like the Interceptor being very, very agile and be. What the fuck hit me? Is it spawned? Is it not spawned? Please let me know, game. Like, I'm fine either way, but like shit. This is like way worse than
Seeing an increase in shaper energy close by.
It ever was in the last demo. I don't know what they changed with that shit, but it is way worse. Holy crap.
There's a number of shaper fragments in the area.
That's just like garbage bad.
I'm seeing a lot of mines. Sneaky. Okay, that's one. That's that. Keep going.
There's something messing with my Javelin systems.
You need to put a stop to whatever this is. Powerful star is closing fast. Best of luck. That's one more.
Man, that was pretty good.
There! The scar is down! Woof! That was a fight. Well done.
Okay, back to normal.
Alright, shipper up, shipper up, shipper up.
You got it. Good. That's all. I'll tell the alchemists. They live for this sort of thing.
Alright, fam, where to? The reload period's brutal on this thing though. Holy crap. Well, I miss you. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obviously fucking a port. For sure.
A dramatic increase in shaper energy detected in the area. Find the source.
Oh, I should just stayed shield up. Grenade launcher's fucking terrible though. It's so weird not being like agile enough to just get over this dude like I normally do with an interceptor. Come on, reload, motherfucker! That didn't work out well. Need the help! Fuck it! Where's Big Boy? Oh my god, please? Thank you. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh shit. That's a whole new one. No! Oh, he ate it with his shield. What a little shit. We'll just sit here and cook each other to death and see which one loses first. Ah! Man, it sure would be nice if I could talk to my fucking party and be like, hey guys, there's a world quest right here. Y'all want some world quest? But oh yeah, there's no text chat. So big fat rip that.
Shaker fragments. They're scattered through the area. You've got an angry Earth-6 to deal with. Be careful. Scum. very bad things.
Can I cook him from here? Nice. Yeah, take that. I'm kind of surprised. Usually they have some kind of like counter to stop you from being immune to them. Right? Like even melee things usually, there we go, have some method of like trying to get back at you or whatever. Oh, I hit the button, I hit the button. Why didn't you fire, you little shit? Rip. Dear squad, thank you for being useful and standing in one spot. Alright, well, that was not pleasant for me. See if we actually got any loot that will hopefully dramatically improve the Colossus, because this is a struggle to get used to after the Interceptor. I really don't know how I feel about going from Interceptor to Colossus. I think that was one of the biggest reasons I really liked the Interceptor. It was like exactly the kind of gameplay I was hoping for out of this game, if that makes sense. Like it was super nimble, very agile, risk versus reward felt very like properly balanced, if that makes sense. Like if you went out and did something really stupid in the Interceptor, you had a really good chance of getting killed, but it also had a chance of like paying off huge in terms of like the fight. That was like probably one of my favorite things about the Interceptor. Level 17 autocannon, nice. That was definitely needed. Universal, common, universal, and a Colossus one. Oh, actually, that might be exactly what we needed. Let's go plug that one in. So the problem that I'm having with the Colossus being squishy as hell is that I don't have like a Colossus internal component, right? I'm using ones that are from the Ranger. And obviously there's a huge armor and health difference there between the Ranger and the Colossus in terms of like their intended gameplay and stats, right? So because I don't know if it's going to be like this in launch, but in the demo, when you unlock a new Javelin, it's just like naked, right? There's no components put into it. Like you don't get a default gray component of that specific Javelin. You can use your universal ones, but those again are, I'll open up the forge and show you versus trying to explain it verbally, because I can actually do it on the Storm, because I have not touched the Storm yet at all. Take your time, Javelin Forge. Take your time. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, they're Titan suits, I guess. Alright, so this should load up the Storm. Alright. So, this is like just unlocked it Storm, right? So in components, it doesn't come with anything equipped, right? I can equip my universal stuff, and in the case of the Storm, that's good. That will pay off. I mean, obviously, a Javelin specific component is always better than a universal, but I can use them, and it will still be a huge improvement for the Storm because it doesn't rely on all that armor. In your like seals and stuff, okay, evidently I've looted a an uncommon before. But normally it comes equipped with a power 10 gray. In your focus one, power 10 gray, right? So that's the shape that the Colossus starts in. Let's go back over to Javelin, and we'll see what kind of a difference it makes having a Colossus specific component. So we go into components. As you can see, I'm using universals. So right now I have the universal shield reinforcement. It's 34 javelin health and 348 armor. Then I go over to this bad boy. It's a little less armor, but it is drastically more health. And that's why the Colossus right now feels like wet paper bag garbage. In terms of like survivability at least. Let's see here. Weapons. Let's change these out. We got a new autocannon, right? Yeah, let's pop that in. And then let's switch this out for a shotgun. Please. Because having two heavy weapons has not been fun. The reload time is just way too much. Alright, we have a flamethrower and a flamethrower. God damn. Health pickup, faster recharge. Let's go with that. And back in. Support gear, still the same. Ordnance launcher. Still the mortar. Alright. Fuck. Not ideal. Well, that's cool.
Now here's where it gets fun. Time to make a statement.
Where's that bare metal? That one. Alright, let's see if that does anything for how badly the Colossus is getting just stomped on. Let's do a Stronghold actually, if we can. See how this goes. I have a feeling I'm going to regret trying to do a Stronghold in this right now, but why not? It's weird because like playing on an Interceptor, I feel like I can usually kind of almost carry the Stronghold up until like the boss fights. And now I'm like legitimately worried about just trash in here. And it's on normal. Hey John, none of that matters as long as the game looks pretty, okay? It's a completely sustainable model to just make a screenshot background farmer.
Patching in our contact from Corvus.
Freelancer, I see you're not one for briefings.
I like to learn on the go.
Can't fault you there. Name's Sev. Corvus has assigned me to counter Scar activity around Fort Tarsus.
Since when does Corvus care about scars?
Since they started making acidic weapons to attack supply caravans.
That's a good reason.
We think this is where they're making the acid.
Any idea how?
I want you to find that out and put a stop to it.
Found the relic.
Scars have done something to it. It's gone volatile.
For those of us who don't speak shit, but that's bad, right?
Obviously.
That one's kind of cool. It's got
We'll
like
need to
spin up quick
silence the
time.
relic.
Ah! Oh, come on, fucking fire, dude. I don't like the way the Colossus executes abilities at all. Nope. Keep that shield up, please. Oh, shit, from behind? Fuck! God damn. That's cool. That's good to know there was that much shit popping in behind. Try to trust in the team and
Keep looking for the
go out and
things.
hold the
Echoes.
front.
Right.
And
Those.
that's what happens. It's fun. I mean, I think it's fun, Hoskin, but to each their own, you know. It depends if you're into like the RPG style shooters or not. Like for me personally,
For briefings. I like to learn on the go. Can't fault you there. Name's Sev.
I played a shit ton of like Destiny, I've played the Division, I've done all that. So for me, this is kind of like
Since they started making acidic weapons to attack supply caravans,
genre I'm pretty
that's
used
a good
to,
reason.
I guess you could
I
say.
think this is where they're making the acid.
Any idea how?
I want you to find that out and put a stop to it.
Freelancer, I'm detecting
Team play is like very, very important, John.
Might be part of how the scars are making these weapons.
Worth checking.
Like a lot of things rely on it. Setting up different combos between your group is pretty important. Mucho key. At least to doing well, right? Like you don't have to, but
Found the relic.
Scars have done something to it. It's gone volatile.
For those of us who don't speak shit, but that's
no,
bad,
it's
right?
not a capture the flag game.
Freelancer, you'll need to silence the relic.
Sick delay to get the shield up there. I mean, what are the point of the missions in like any game? To complete different objectives. I'm not sure. Like if you're like trolling it or like being genuinely like serious. Like it depends. Like there's different kinds of missions doing different objectives, as there are in most like any other shooter. Some of them are to like capture an enemy, some of them are to defend somebody are to go get materials or some shit like that. It depends, like they're all kind of different. How is that turret still fucking up? Motherfucker. Well played, Mr. Alien Dude. This is why I don't like this guy right now. I don't have enough shit to be able to make a difference on him, and getting in a group of dudes who can't make a difference also is no bueno. Like if I was on my Interceptor, it'd be, yeah, there are boss fights. Get out of the fucking open. I would have no problem like clearing this room solo. I don't like it. That combo was pretty weird. Alright, well, that's the Colossus. Enough of that shit. Holy fuck. If it's taking them that long to clear the first room with 4 of us, there's no way we're gonna do the bosses. I really don't like the way that the Colossus abilities fire. Like, it's way too weird. They feel really slow to, like, actually switch into their, like, toggled mode where you're aiming them. Like, I'll hold down E to use a flamethrower and it just doesn't happen sometimes. I'm, like, sitting there like, okay, would you like to work? So, thank you, Colossus. You were huge disappointment in terms of gameplay. And I got another fucking flamethrower. Why wouldn't I? Fuck! So let me compare that to the Interceptor really quick. I'll do the same exact mission, same difficulty, and I'll show you what I was talking about. And then after that, I'll try out the Storm a little bit and see how that plays. Hopefully it's not fucking cancer like the fucking Colossus. I do hope they also add a quicker way to change out which Javelin you're using instead of having to go all the way into the forge and do this shit. Of course, it would be probably a lot quicker if I had this game on my SSD and got rid of that fucking shitstorm Star Citizen. No, Hoskins, there's no PvP, thankfully. I'm very happy that there isn't PvP because, excuse me, it means they're not going to be balancing the game based around PvP, which is fucking phenomenal because it's one of the most frustrating things about Destiny is they're constantly nerfing and shitting on things that you take fucking forever to get because they're like too strong in PvP or whatever the case may be. So you get something really cool and you're like, oh man, this is awesome. I'm so happy I have this. And then it becomes the meta in PvP and it's like, oh, time to nerf that. And to me, that's like one of the most fucking frustrating things about Destiny. I'm not running a machine pistol right now, am I? Nope. No friendly fire that I know of, and no team kills. Yeah, let's stick with this shit. Alright. Alright, same mission, same difficulty. Interceptor friend. See here. Three things I like about it. The agility feels really good in everything except for the Colossus. Gunplay's fun. The different like boss mechanics and stuff are pretty interesting.
Freelancer, I see you're not one for briefings.
I like to learn on the go.
Can't fault you there. Name's Sev. Colossus is a site lead to counter-scar activity around
Loadout customization is huge, which is very, very fucking nice, especially compared to something like Destiny, where you have like
I think this is where they're making the acid.
Any idea how?
I will need to find that out.
a couple different fucking specs, and that's pretty much it.
Found the relic.
Stars have done something to it. It's gone volatile.
For those of us who don't speak Shaper, that's bad, right?
Obviously.
Oh,
Freelancer, you'll
shit.
need to silence the relic.
One thing I don't like about it is abilities fire off in the direction of your fucking camera. How the fuck did he just go full shield like that? That's weird and shouldn't be happening. Thoughts on it versus Warframe, Alex? I don't know. I don't want to say anything there until full game, because right now it's like really hard to call that. God damn it, dude. No, it's full shield. Thanks. Thanks for standing in front of me. Bro move there, bud. Team play is a lot more important in this than Warframe. So if you have a bunch of fucking retards on your team, then you're pretty much screwed. Jesus Christ, man. Where's the fucking golf clap emote? That's the first emote I want. Two Rangers and a Storm, so what's the fucking deal that you fucking retards are dying that fast?
Freelancer, I see you're not one for briefings.
I like to learn on the go.
Can't fault you there. Name's Sev. Corvus has assigned me to counter scar activity around Fort Tarsus.
Since when does Corvus care about scars?
I
mean, it's a one-lane corridor, Austin. What do you want me to do?
We think this is where they're making the acid.
Any idea how?
I will need to find that out and put a stop to it.
I mean, they'll definitely flank you and shit.
Found the relic.
Scars have done something to it. It's gone volatile.
For those of us who don't speak Shaper, that's bad, right?
Obviously. Freelancer, we'll need to silence the relic.
There are different ways to break shields better. I think electricity is technically better for shields. I don't remember, but yeah, there are different like types of resistance and methods of attacking those resistances efficiently. Unfortunately, the current options of what I have at my disposal are a little limited.
Energy levels are dropping. We're halfway there.
Missed both of those like fucking downy. Ugh. That's unfortunate. I agree, a frying pan would be incredibly useful. God, I didn't get a combo for it. Ow, 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 ow. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Oof. Well, that was closer than I would have liked. Yeah, I don't know on that one. It's definitely very noticeable, for sure. Oh god. Hang in there, don't die, don't die, don't die. Ah! Good luck, bud. I'm out. Good for a second. I'm curious if I turn off the fucking music, if it'll keep doing it. Oh yeah, some of that console slider. So good. So the echoes are like these little glowy things.
Silenced. Good work, Freelancer.
They look like the scars were bringing eggs to the relic. The eggs were filled with acid. Could be using the relic to weaponize it.
Let's check the second relic. Put your theory to the test.
And a lot of this shit is like explained in the actual story, where it like goes through telling you like what all the different shit is in this world.
This one's a lot more crowded. Look, eggs everywhere. Your theory's got legs. I'll pat myself on the back after I dealt with the scars.
I'm not sure what I was doing. I don't remember it being that bad last week. I don't know if this is shit that they've changed and it's now worse, but it's definitely really, really noticeable and bad. Aw, fuck me. Nice landing. Right on top of the fucking mine. I got this one. So these things are relics, and the little glowy orb that I have flying around me isn't.
Freelancer, scars!
Yeah, it is an alien subwoofer. Oh shit, wrong button. Nope, that's bad. Get the scrapper. Yeah, the one thing that Warframe does way better is firing powers in the direction your camera's looking versus like the direction your character is looking. I really missed that from Warframe in this game. I'll give you an example. So I'm looking this way. If I land and I pivot to attack an enemy over here, my dude shoots this fucking shit straight ahead instead of at what I'm looking at. So you have to like reposition your shit to fucking attack like whatever, you know. It's freaking so annoying.
What was that?
It came from below.
Of course it did.
Hate to say it, but that thing is probably what's producing the eggs. If we don't get rid of the source,
The scars will come back and keep making weapons. Faye, find me a way underground.
Already done. There. That door should lead underground.
Why is there a door to a cave?
To keep something out?
Or in?
Did you just yell?
Oh, the big bad Corvus agent's not a fan of scorpions.
what? They're not rabbits, their likability isn't up for debate.
No way forward.
You'll have to get down.
I wouldn't call it a bland middle ground between Warframe and Destiny. Like, this game has colossally more customization on, like, your frame, Javelin, Guardian, whatever you want to call it. It's way, 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 way better. Like, the amount of different, like, loadouts you can swap in and out is 1,000 times better than Warframe or Destiny. Not just like weapon loadouts, I mean like ability loadouts that are completely different than one another. I went the wrong way, didn't I? Pretty sure I did. Yep. Yep, that was supposed to be this way. And I mean, yeah, kind of like what Chris is saying. I don't think every fucking game developer needs to try to reinvent the wheel. There are like countless games that could have been fun and enjoyable if they hadn't tried to completely reinvent the genre that they were trying to make a game in, and in the end make a worse game because of it. So, like, I see a lot of people going like, oh, Anthem's just taking all the best things from insert these titles, and it's like, okay, why is that bad? Like, why would you not want a game to combine like all the aspects of like these three fairly successful games by themselves and like making it better and adding like new variety to it? Like, stop trying to reinvent the wheel. The wheel works. It's a wheel, right? Like, until you can make a fucking hover platform or whatever successfully, stop fucking with the wheel. Just leave the fucking wheel alone, man. And like, there's just so many games that try to fucking go above and beyond that and completely ruin the fucking game that could have been because of it. Like 99% sure that's where we needed to be. Hello? Come on, guys. It won't open until you're all here. I mean, they're not cloning existing titles, though, so... Like, I just don't get why people constantly say that shit. Like, I mean, go out and play it. It's nothing... Like, it's the free demo weekend, right? Like, you can literally jump on there without spending any money to try it. It's not a clone of, like, any other game. Like, it's absolutely a mashup of, like, many other games, but calling it a clone is
It's unstable.
really silly. I'm not saying that like that's what you're saying, but like I've seen so many people be like, oh, this is a Destiny clone, this is a Warframe clone, this is clone, and it's like, dude, it's not at all. Like, there's so many fucking, like, things in this game that you could legitimately criticize, and, like, instead all the people who want to just fucking, like, circle jerk fucking rape it because it's published by EA come up with, like, the dumbest shit to attack this game. Like, shit, man, call it out for the shit that actually is bad on it. I would be totally down with that, because then Bioware would at least have to be like, oh yeah, our bad, that was stupid of us, and then hopefully fucking either fix it or let their game fucking flop. But instead it's just constantly, oh yeah, fucking this stupid fucking argument because it's from EA. I would say this is a lot more fun than Destiny, depending on the end game. And that's something that, again, like, oh, motherfucker, is impossible to say right now. I think the gunplay in Destiny is better, but the abilities and, like, mobility in this game is hand over fist better than Destiny for sure. God damn, I hate that.
How'd they get down here?
Bastards love to blow.
But again, like, there's shit in this game that
Few fragments left.
really needs to be changed. And chief among them is shit like abilities firing in the direction that your fucking character is looking instead of fucking shooting where you're fucking aiming, right? Like, you would assume that that's where the player wants the ability to fire, but instead it's like, meh. Oh shit, it's gonna be awkward. Ugh.
Hey, freelancer. More scars, I know. He's looking extra powerful. Hey, door's still closed and there's notes everywhere.
Give it a minute, it should work itself out.
Should.
Energy readings are stabilizing, albeit slowly. Just stay in the center, and interference will cause the energy to spike again.
Come in the circle. Get in the circle. Yeah, he disappeared because we transitioned to the next phase. There's a lot of things about Destiny I don't like, Raph. Some of them you probably might not, like, notice or care about if you're fairly new to the game. But, like, if you've been playing it since Destiny 1 or even Destiny 2, like, launch or whatever, there are a lot of issues that stick out really bad. The item economy, invalidating year 1 shit, the fact that they're already more focused on making Destiny 3 than they are, like, keeping Destiny 2 alive, right? Like, I don't know if I want to call Destiny an MMO, but, like, it's a persistent online RPG, basically, right? I don't want to fucking put time into a game that's going to be invalidated in 2 years when they decide to put out a new title launch, right? That absolutely could be a DLC. So, like, that's a huge issue for me, right? Like, investing time and money into something that's going to be just literally wiped clean when they want to get another fresh 60 out of me instead of selling an expansion. See, that's another thing that I don't like about Destiny. Like, I know the PvP crowd, like there are people who enjoy it a lot. I don't like PvP, and I hate, like, for me, I was like very into like progression rating in that game, right? World First was like something I really wanted to do in Forsaken, despite my fucking raid team flaking like a bunch of little fucks. So like I'm very, very like hardcore PvE focused in Destiny 2, right? It's fucking infuriating to me when something that performs pretty decent in PvE gets nerfed into invalid to even use because, oh shit, it fucking touched the meta crowd on the PvP, so now the devs have to nerf it until like it's absolutely obsolete. I can't stand that shit, and it's one of the biggest reasons that I'm happy that Anthem is completely PvE. Yeah, like I know that there are also problems with PvP in Destiny, but like I don't PvP a lot, so like the ones I'm aware of are very what do you call it? Entry level, right? Like matchmaking is totally fucked in Destiny in terms of PvP. Putting PvP rewards or PvE rewards in PvP, right? Like, I don't want to have to go PvP. Stop trying to get me to PvP. If I don't enjoy it, you're not going to suddenly make me like PvP by putting milestone rewards in there that I'm screwing myself if I don't go do them. Stuff like that, right? I mean, it's possible, I guess, technically, that they could introduce PvP, but I think a lot of people will straight riot if they do, because like 90% of people I know who have already bought the game, right, want nothing to do with PvP in this game. But watching chat and not where I'm shooting. Yeah. Exactly, Wrath, right? Like, I don't want to play Gambit. I'm there to get the fucking reward, and that's it. I'm literally lessening the experience of the people who want to PvP because I have to do it. If I don't do it, I'm throwing away one of my very few fucking powerful rewards, which are the only way I can actually get, like, progressive loot gain, right? Like, I could go do strikes, and I could go do the raid 20,000 times, right? But once I get my reward for the week, that's it, right? Like, I don't get anything else for doing it. I'm screwed. So, it's like mandatory that I go do the PvP shit. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to go this way. Absolutely, right? Like, that was one of the things that I really liked about Guild Wars 2, was that they had completely different items between the two modes, right? Like, you jumped into PvP, and it was a completely different gear set, completely different items, so, like, the devs, when, you know, when a giant meta issue comes up in that game for PvP balance, they only have to balance those items, right? They don't have to balance every single fucking item in their fucking game's inventory, right? Yeah, that was a huge one for me. When Malfeasance came out, I was like, nope, I'm done. I don't fucking care anymore. Fuck this game. How many fucking hand cannon exotics are you gonna fucking throw into fucking PvP? Like, that one's not even fucking like... whatever. It's fucking infuriating. Don't stand on the thing. Ah! Damn bitch taking my fucking shield. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. Well, this is gonna be a rough one since okay, I don't think it's actually preparing, but there you go. Oh god! Since these guys don't seem to understand that you can't stand next to the fucking boss or she fucking slams you and kills you. No, 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 no. Oh, come on, get it. No! Keep setting up some fucking frost combos, please. Oh shit! No! That was close. Don't set that rush. Don't set that rush. Nope. Ugh. I get with one pellet. That's what matters. Nope. I don't know if it's supposed to be in there, so let's get out. Oh god. We're good. A little worried for a second there, but here's damn it. Give me that ass, girl. Hit it from behind. Nope. Oh, where'd you go? No! God, was anybody even shooting at it? It's all filled, senpai. Alright, this is actually really, I was about to say a really bad spot to be because of that. Oh shit. Is that person? Alright, so this is one of those common sense things, right? Like, oh, she's gonna stick me and jump on my ass. Come on, bitch, get off of me. If your buddy goes down, right? Oh god, don't die too trying to do it. If your buddy goes down by getting squished by the big bad, right? It should be kind of common sense that you don't fucking run up to her and try to fucking get out of the web, get out of the web, get out of the web, and try to revive him while his like down body is still underneath her. The amount of people who do dumb shit like that, both in this game and Destiny, just fucking never ceases to amaze me. Come on, bitch. Over here. Oh, the fucking character-facing camera bullshit. God damn, that is fucking frustrating. Please to hell. And I only get one of them because fuck you, camera face. Nope. Really need more health pickups. Yeah, like it's such a stupid thing to do, right? Like, play intelligently. Don't fucking throw yourself out there to, especially, you know, like, dude, it drives me crazy in Destiny when somebody's the last guardian down. And, you know, I'm sitting there with like 3 seconds left until I can respawn or something. And he's like, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run right up to this boss that's doing this slam mechanic and try to revive you really quick. I'm the hero. And it's like, oh, there's nothing worse than having to fucking restart from checkpoint because some dude wanted to fucking be a hero instead of sitting in cover where they would have been totally fine. That shit, like, legit makes me feel crazy. It's one of the other things that drives me crazy when people like can't pick up mechanics and in fights that have like, you know, boss mechanics and shit like that. Oh, I just fucked up. Oh, that one's pretty close. We're good. Yeah, way too close. I'll own that one. The mechanic complaining though is more like World of Warcraft in this game right now. I don't think I've ever really hit like any hardcore mechanics in this game yet to like qualify for bitching about it. don't look at me, don't look at me, don't look at me. Nice. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, I had my ability up. I didn't. I was supposed to. What? Yeah, I wonder who.
I don't want to call them, but I want it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, hey, no one's like.
Dies is unnerving.
Wonder how many years it'll take you to forget that thing.
I'm gonna go with
8.
One for each of the tyrant's legs.
No more scorpion talk, please.
That was normal difficulty. It takes a long time when people don't know what they're doing. And you can kind of clear, like, the one dude on the right there, I'm pretty sure is, like, new. The Endo Rush official is probably also new. So that stuff makes a big deal. Sexy baby. So that stuff all makes, like, a huge deal when, like, somebody doesn't know what they're doing, right? And on that boss, especially, like, with it being normal or whatever, not going after the weak points and, like, maximizing the time that you can shoot her all plays a huge part in why that took so long. Like, I've done it way, way, way faster with a group of people who knows what they're doing on hard. My bad, guys. The girlfriend just woke up, so... see if we got anything decent out of there, and then we'll switch over to the Storm, because I'm kind of curious to see how that plays, especially now that, like, the Colossus wasn't exactly what I was hoping for. I mean, granted, it might be a little more tolerable with God damn you. It might be more tolerable with, like, better components and stuff, but I really don't like the way that, like, the abilities fire off for the Colossus compared to, like, everything else. Should try that sometime. Was that the one we got that was universal? Probably. Yeah, let's save that then. Oh shit, nice. That looks interesting to mess with. Alright, let's give the Storm a go. That's cool, so they come with like a shield. Alright, definitely want that. And we'll go with the ultimate.
They were crazy this morning.
Yeah.
What were they doing?
Playing with the cats.
Oh.
So these are the different, like, components. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot yet because I haven't looted a lot, and in the demo you can't really craft shit. Like 90% of the things that you can craft are disabled, so you can't really get into that stuff. So you don't really see the variety here. They do have like a pretty decent list of like the different types of abilities and stuff that you can swap out on the Anthem website, I believe. Let's get rid of some of these junk ones. And then same thing with, so each Javelin has a Q ability, an E ability, and a Z? Yeah, Z ability. And there's multiple different ones for each slot. So for this one, I only have Frost Shards, Shock Burst, and Burning Orb. Which is nice that I have anything for that. This one, Lightning Strike, Flame Burst, and I have a rare Lightning Strike, so we'll give that a go. The Frost one is definitely, from what I've seen, probably the best one for using on that. Different types of weapons. Some of them are locked to different frames, javelins, whatever you want to call them, classes. I don't know if the Storm has specific ones that it can use or not. Let's see, shotgun, what was this, the one slot? Yeah, one slot. Let's go with, I really wanted a better assault rifle, but I've just had no luck getting one. Go with the LMG, and then where's that Deadeye? The Deadeye. Alright, then we get into
Now here's where it gets fun. Time to make a statement.
cosmetic customization. In the demo, they all only have 2 options. And this is all like buying the, what do you call it, shit with, what do you call it, in-game currency and not like real money, right? So I'm not like spending real money to do this. That's kind of cool. Let's go for that. My up-armored wizard dude. Yep. Legs, let's see what we got. Yeah, so it's just a more armored look. I'll take it. Then you get into vinyls. Vinyls are like sticker overlays that go over your shit, right? I don't think you can color the vinyl. Let's see. I'm pretty sure you can't color the vinyl. Yeah. Then you get into wear states. You can make your dude look brand new, shiny, hit the fuck up. Then you get into paint. Paint, you have 2 different options. You have the fabric. So, well, it's not a really good slot to demonstrate that, but let's see which one here. Alright, this is a little better. So you have different types of fabrics, ranging from like metals, metallic, you know, clear, or what do you call it, bare metal, fabrics, leathers, rubber, all sorts of different random shit, right? Let's go with painted thick for that. We'll leave that black. So on top of the different types of fabrics, then they all have color options, right? So here you can see this one has 2 different color options because it's a 2-tone. This one has single, whatever. So going to here, you have a color wheel or color palette, and then you can use a color wheel to make it whatever fucking color you want. You don't have to pay for this or anything like that. That's a default. You get to pick your colors crap, right? So it's not like Warframe where you have to spend money to unlock the different color palettes, right? If there's a color you like, you just go for it. So let's see. Let's go with black. Leave that one. Let's see, bare metal. That. Get some prime Warframe color going. Let's get rid of that vinyl really quick. There we go. I call this Storm Prime. There's also emotes and different like animations for like the victory screen for when you first load in, stuff like that. So there's quite a bit of like being able to make a frame your own and unique versus everybody's gonna look fucking the same more or less like Destiny. Especially when you like get into Destiny being just shit for shader options, and now with season 2 of Destiny, they're basically forcing you into like using that season's armor, even though like so many people spent a whole year getting different like sets that they liked for a visual look. Let's do free roam right here. See how this goes. Oh shit. Hey, Evan, how's it going, man? Alright, sorry guys, I'm just trying to take care of some stuff IRL as well. Oh, dude, this guy's like interesting. It's very like floaty. I don't know.
The dramatic increase in shaper energy detected in the area. Find the source.
Oh my god, dude, this guy's like legit pretty fucking cool. Oh yeah. Okay, so I feel like the two frames I'm most interested in now are definitely Storm and Interceptor. That shit's cool as shit, man. Oh, dude. Oh, that fucking blink is pretty dope too.
Fuck, I'm gonna die!
Where are the noobs?
Scar mines. Watch where you move out there.
Alright, where the shaper looks at? There's one. Ah!
First one down.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Their sprint's like a fucking hover too. Where's the beeping? Where's the beeping?
All right. Keep at it.
So you'll unlock the other javelins at 12, I think it is. In the open beta though, or open demo, whatever you want to call it, you only get to pick one other frame than the Ranger. The reason I have access to all four is because I was part of the VIP demo. So that kind of like
Javelin, something's interfering with the system.
sucks for people who weren't part of the VIP demo, but you still get a pretty good feel of it.
This one's dangerous.
Catch. Yep. Yep, Storm's fun as fuck. Oh my god. Oh shit. Come on, shield. Yeah, this is
That's better.
legit pretty fun.
Scar is down. That was a
Like I didn't think anything would be as cool as the Interceptor, but this is really, really close.
That's one more.
Where are you at? On this one? I see why Moose Speed was like
Good.
jerking off over the storm. I have to say, like, this is really freaking cool to play.
That should be it. I'll notify the Arcanists. Always good to
Like
keep
the
these
floating around and
unstable
just
segments
dropping
away from the
AoE
stars.
bombs everywhere is really fucking dope. Damn. This is like I would have a hard time saying whether I like the Interceptor or this guy more. Oh, you little shit. I'm not sure what's going on with the shield regen out here though. Like, in the last demo, as long as you were keeping fire on them, I never noticed shields recharge. But now it seems more like it's a static, like, it's down for a little bit and then it comes up. Which I'm not sure if I like. Alright, where's the rest of the team? Way out there. Nice. Let's go find them. Definitely feels a little slower though with the storm in terms of like flying and stuff. I don't know if that's like placebo.
Strange readings. Very strange. It's worth taking a look.
God, it's so frustrating finding public events and then you can't like tell your team, hey guys, there's
Can't look while that relic's active.
some shit over here.
Get rid of the nose or stay out of the way. Either works.
Good boy. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, fucking wyverns. God, I hate these guys. They're like literally the worst because they if they hit you with that fire, it overheats your jets. It really screws you. Luckily, they're like moderately decent to avoid though. Or like easy to avoid rather. Alright. What am I getting? Echoes, right? Yeah.
Good. You're up an echo. Get to the next one.
Well, this isn't time.
Alright. Keep at it.
Come on, I'm in the water. I should be cooled.
That's one more. That's that. Keep going.
No! Oh, I don't think I got it.
That's one more.
Nope, I didn't. Shit. I apologize if that snow fucking blower is super loud.
Right, good. That did it. Relic is silenced. The fort's lucky to have you. The echoes have opened some. Keep a lookout.
Kind of like half and half, Judas. Like I'm not having the loading screen issue at all anymore, which is nice. But I feel like I'm noticing more mobs like randomly despawning on their own, which is obviously frustrating.
It's a titan. Found a titan.
Oh yeah, I fucked him up. Not. Nice. Get fucked. Like little shit like that, right? But I'm not having connection issues. Yeah, like I can join expeditions now, no problem. Whereas like last demo, I had a lot of issues with that. I'm gonna go kill my cat really quick. 1 second. Stop getting up here! Stop! Shithead. Alright. Bunch of bad spoiled babies thanks to their mom.
Izzy!
Run, kitty! Excuse me. So, like, I do kind of, like... I'm hopeful that Bioware is being sincere about how, like, a lot of these issues, they already have them fixed for the live build. I really, really hope that's true. It does seem like they're doing a pretty decent job of, like, addressing this stuff in the demo. So... I hope come the 15th, things are smooth and enjoyable. That would be obviously ideal situation.
Help locating an agent of hers that has not reported back.
Did I join like a mission?
Scorpions, be careful around those.
Because I don't remember ever seeing waypoints on free roam.
Colossus has been notified.
Oh come on, I was cooled. Look, I'm cooled. I'm in the water. I do really like want them to bring back pilot levels and like the pilot skill tree, because there's stuff that like extends how long you can extends how long you can like fly around with like your heat generation. It like reduces how fast like it heats up, adds to like a bunch of other shit. So I'll be super happy when release comes and we get the pilot tree back as well. Is there anybody in here or... Oh, I missed that.
should be it. I'll notify
Get
the
swole,
office.
baby.
They'll be interested in what we found.
Shut up.
Oh, let me turn my webcam on.
Ah, you got him. That's how it's done.
I like how their sprint is just like them literally hovering. Aww, god damn it. I didn't make it there for the loot. Now I'm legitimately sad. That's all I get for my effort. Yeah, man, I would have a hard time telling you which one to go with, Judas. Like, I have to say that, like, they're both very, very fun. Between the, like, two. I would definitely say Interceptor and Storm are my favorite. Trailing up behind the two would be the Ranger, and then for me, Colossus is dead last. And it's not even because of, like, it being a tank class and all this other shit. It's how, like, the abilities fire off and shit. And not having a rechargeable shield is, like, huge. Like, I get that, like, you know, he can pop out his shield and be like, rah, or whatever. But, like, you know, every other class can attack while having that shield that absorbs, you know, hits. So, like, that shield means nothing to me if I can't attack while I have it out. Like, what am I gonna do? Pull the shield out and fucking stand there? Like, that's retarded. Even in a group play scenario, like, that's just, it's stupid. When everybody else has a, granted depleting, but regenerating shield, right? Like, that's kind of like a huge no-no to me. Damn, son. Don't do it. Like, I really want to like the Colossus. I think the mortar's cool as shit. I think that, like, coil gun is really fucking cool. The flamethrower I'm not a huge fan of, but, you know, in general, like, all of his ability weapons I think are really, you know, pretty interesting. It's just like, god damn, man, it's so frustrating the way that, like, their abilities fire off. Like, I don't want to hit Q and have to hold it down while I aim. That's, like, a huge nuisance, right? Like, because, like, even this dude, like, I can just tap Q and it fucking fires, right? Shit. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? And then, like, I don't know what's going on with the flamethrower with the Colossus, too. Like, the amount of times I was in a dungeon or whatever I was doing, and, like, I would hit E to use the flamethrower and just nothing would happen. And it's like, okay, well, I guess I'm screwed. Yeah, Storm. The hover is like the Storm's... Yeah, Storm. Yeah, Vanquest. The hover in place thing is the Storm's, like, unique ability, right? So, like, you can hover here, like, insanely longer than any other class would be able to. And you can just keep attacking, no issues, dropping bombs on shit. Actually, I don't even know if it builds heat. Maybe it does, it's just stupid crazy slow. Yeah, it's slow. But yeah, like, you can hover move. This one... This is just like a random unique, like, little animation thing for the Storm. Like, instead of running on the ground, you basically, like, levitating over it instead of sprinting. It has a teleport blink for its, like, quick cover move. And then its jump is like a slow float. versus the other ones. Like, the Interceptor's got a triple jump. I think the Colossus has a, like, slightly longer... I think it's shorter than the Interceptor, but slightly longer, like, height-wise jump than the Ranger if you hold down spacebar. And then this dude's got, like, a floaty thing. Oh, shit. Yeah, the Ranger's fun, and you know it's the default one that you get in the demo, and I think in the full game, it's the default one that you have for like the intro mission, and then after that, I think you get to pick your first Javelin. So it is kind of unfortunate that you don't get to try all 4 before you pick your first one. But granted, like the first one you pick, I think is at level 2, and then the next one you get is I think 12 or something like that. So like it's not. Shit. It's not an unbearably long time before you get to pick another one in case you really, really hate your first choice. But, you know, it is what it is. Have I found the weapon in the tunnels? I'm not sure on that one. Yeah, same, Judas. That's definitely a huge concern for me with any melee class. You know, like, especially, you know, games like Destiny and shit have, like, literally mechanics that penalize you for being in melee range of any kind of, like, decent strength enemy. So I was really hesitant to, like, give the Interceptor a go. But it does seem like you can get up, deal a shit ton of damage, especially if you get combo hits, and then retreat back very, very quickly. Thanks to between like the triple jump, the Interceptor's like rapid dashing, and then you know, being able to fly as well. Like you're very, very fluid. Oh, I don't know, VanQuest. There are hidden chests like kind of all over the place. So it just kind of depends. Dennis, I don't know like how it's going to be on live. I really hope that they change their minds on that. So you can do all the story missions solo. No problem, right? Like it... I'll actually just pull it up to give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about. Because it was something I talked about in the initial like VIP demo review thing that I did, right? Where I mentioned how they force you into matchmaking, right? And I had a couple people reply with like, oh no, you can set it to private and do it solo if that's what you want to do. So let me go ahead and show that one off real quick. Yay, we did it. Good job, Storm Prime. Let's skip through all this shit real quick because we don't care. Anything good? Glacial Spear. I think that's what I wanted. Yep. Alright. Anyways. Unfortunately, it's not like Warframe in that respect, right? Because Warframe, you can literally set anything to private. It doesn't matter what it is, you can set it to private and do it by yourself if you can handle it, right? In this game, it's not that way. You can't do it with free play either. Unfortunately, this game isn't on my SSD, so this load screen's a little bit unnecessarily long, and I apologize for that. Alright, so if I had story missions and I went to go get my Javelin, I can set any of those to private and do it by myself.
Dude, leave him alone.
Alright, so you go to privacy settings, right? You have public or private. So if I set it to private, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And I want to go to free play, right? If I try to launch, it's going to say, private mode is not available for free play or strongholds. So free play is kind of a big deal, right? Because that's, you just go out in the world and if you want to collect resources, do any of that stuff, right? You can't. I mean, like, you can, but, like, you're screwing over 3 other people if they want to do actual hard content or public events, right? You're taking up a slot and doing absolutely nothing for the team. And unfortunately, because there is no way to talk to them in group chat unless everybody has VoIP on, you can't be like, hey, dude, we're trying to do, you know, this hard mode or Grandmaster 2 mode dungeon over here. Can you, like, come help out or leave? You know, shit like that. So you literally would have to go into free play with a pre-made if you want to do that kind of stuff. Otherwise, you run the risk of having people that just want to be in there to run around and grab, you know, crafting materials. Not being able to do strongholds by yourself is probably not a huge deal at launch, but I could imagine, like, later on that will be very frustrating. So yeah, the only thing you can do in private mode are the campaign missions. So as soon as you click OK, it's like, okay, yeah, cool, great, here we go. So yeah, it automatically switches you back over to public if you want to do the free roam or if you want to do strongholds. And to me, that's a mistake and a bad design choice. But yeah, I mean, like, for sure though, VanQuest, right? Like, nobody's forcing you to go into free roam and, like, you have to do whatever, right? Like, I mean, it's the only way you can gather crafting materials at the moment, right? So, like, you know, absolutely you shouldn't feel like guilt tripped for going in there trying to, you know, just go farm crafting materials or whatever. It just kind of sucks that, like, they're forcing you into that. You know, like, every other game out there has the option of doing stuff by yourself, right? Like, I think even Destiny. I don't remember. It's been a while. I'm pretty sure you can go do, like, any mission and stuff like that. Yeah, because you can close the Fireteam privacy settings. So, like, Destiny, you can go out and, like, farm stuff on your own. The Division, you can go do everything, basically, on your own. Warframe, you can do everything on your own. It's just entirely up to you as a player and what you can handle doing on your own. Or if you're just going out to farm crafting materials, you can absolutely do that on your own. Whereas in this game, they are evidently very set on forcing you to go into free roam with a team instead of solo. Which I personally feel is a really stupid idea. Especially with, like, the very limited interaction options that we have. I'll take that. It might be one thing, like, I would feel less annoyed about being forced into free roam if we were able to talk to each other more easily, so that you could communicate things like, hey man, we're trying to do this public event, can you come help us, or whatever, you know, like any of that shit. Ah! You trying to get up there and get me, you little shit? Clever girl.
Looks like they brought friends. More company on the way.
You mean the compass? I don't like it, personally. I kind of went over this in the review also, like, it would be nice if it showed more information, especially for things that are further away that you might want to be going to, like your party members, for instance. Because it only shows anything relevant to, like, very close up to where you're already at, right? So by the time, you know, you're at that situation, you probably already know what's around you, right? Oh wow, I can actually like chain these? Holy shit, that's fucking cool.
Terrible. You've done well.
Holy shit. I've been like popping it off and then like waiting like a cooldown
We
was
need to
there.
clear this lot before we do anything else. They're too much of a threat.
I guess I'm kind of torn on that one. I don't know that like a mini map is mandatory, especially if they made better use of the compass and like actually showing stuff. And then also if the actual map, like you could set markers, then I would say, you know, it's fine, no mini map. But like the level of like difficulty they want to make, like traversing around in free roam with like bad information dissemination is very frustrating. Like, you know, let's see, how many people are in here right now? Say, especially in full release, right? When like this place is a lot bigger, right? And I start out like over here for some reason, and like 2 of my group members are up here on High Road, for instance, right? Not being able to set a marker to them and having to like constantly like, oh, I'm going this way, I'm going this way. Shit, I need to check my map. Where are they at in relation to me now? And like having to constantly pop in and out of the map is going to be very, very fucking annoying. I really don't understand why BioWare was like, nah, let's not do markers. And like, this kind of comes back to the compass thing again, right? Like, all right, my buddies, we did that public event. They've all kind of rolled out on their own now. If I look at this shit, I have no idea where the fuck they are, right? Oh yeah, I did get both of them. Nice. Yeah, like you're constantly having to like, all right, I'm flying around. Where are they at? Oh, okay. I know where I'm going now. Go through this. Go through this. Oh, better open up the map again. Double check. Oh shit, I'm overheating. Like it's very tedious. They make it unnecessarily tedious, right? Like, since I'm not right next to my teammates, right? Like, I'm pretty close to this dude, so I can still see his silhouette. I don't see an icon. But how hard would it have been to put a fucking icon over my compass that says, teammate this way, so I can at least guide myself in with the compass, right? Or like these dudes who are, where were they? Way out here, right? How hard would it have been to put an icon on my compass so I know, hey, teammates out this way. So I know, okay, well, I can just go northeast and I'll keep homing in on them. And then I can just look at the compass, see that I'm heading in the right direction, and I can visually navigate the map instead of having to open up the actual map to see where I need to head from here, right? Like, it would make it so much fucking easier, and I don't understand why they did it like that. It's just really, like, Anthem has a lot of really stupid design choices like that really, I feel like, have the potential to bog this game down on release, where they're like,
yeah, that's got it. Stay close.
I mean,
now.
for one, you're going to see people just being savage as hell to this game because of, you know, basically poor design choices, right?
Good. That's about half.
I don't know. It just seems like a shame for the game to get what will undoubtedly be like, you know, negative flack for something that could have been very easily, you know, thought about. Like, I'm not even a game designer, and this is just very basic shit to me that I feel like anybody who makes a game for a living should have been like, man, it sure would be smart of us to do this. Dude, the storm is fucking legit badass.
Here we go. Almost done. Oh, you've moved out of range.
Fuck me, man. Dude, the storm is legit. Fucking really
They had a
fucking
fragment
fun.
for the Arcanist. Scars must have got to it. We can't let them get away. Scar Leader is down. Well fought.
I don't know if it's OP because I think they're pretty vulnerable, or they're supposed to be, right? Like I haven't really been in a situation where I'm like going against very challenging enemies that aren't just like one-on-one, right? Like the hardest guy I went against was that Titan, but there wasn't like ads and stuff to deal with. Because I think as you take damage, it knocks you out of hover, right? Which is like your gimmick. So like if I'm left unmolested to just hover in place and fucking drop bombs, then I would almost say like, yeah, a little bit OP. But I think like that's the balance, right? Is like similar to the Interceptor, right? Like if you get in a position where you can come in there and just unload on something while it's focused on other group members, then the Interceptor does very, very well as also. But yeah, like in terms of like fun, man, I would almost say that the Interceptor's, or the Storm is like giving the Interceptor a run for its money, which I didn't think like anything else would even come close. Yeah, I hope this game never gets PvP personally. I know there are people who want it to, but I'm totally fine without it. For like, you know, a handful of reasons. Like that's one of the cool things about this game being PvE, right? Like there's no like call for the Storm to get murdered into the ground with nerfs by like Interceptor players, or you know, vice versa, right? Because like, you know, you're not getting camped by a Storm dropping this shit on you, right? You don't have to worry about that. Which if this was Destiny, people would be like, oh my god, Storm OP, can hover forever, not fair, blah, blah, blah. And then the devs would nerf it and it would just be bland as shit. Exactly like the Warlock is in fucking Destiny, or exactly like the Hunter is in Destiny. So like that's one of the big reasons why like when Bioware was like no PvP in Anthem, I was like, yes please. Yeah, like there are other PvP games out there, man. Go fucking play them. Look at the Division. They're fucking all about their fucking PvP shit. Go play the Division. If you want sci-fi fucking, you know, superpower dudes, then go fucking play Destiny. Like, you have options. Use those. Anthem doesn't need PvP. You're gonna make the game shit if you add it. I think a lot of Anthem players do, Van. Like, I feel like the majority of people who have bought into this game, and like not the ones that are like demoing it and like just bitching nonstop. I think the majority of people who like are actually interested, either like they've already bought it because they know they want to play it, or like, you know, they know that like this is their kind of game. Like I feel like most Anthem players don't want PvP. I feel like most of the people calling for PvP are people who won't buy it unless it has PvP, or people who are just trying to find things to bitch about the game to be like, oh, there's no PvP, blah, Anthem bad. Motherfucker. I would like a way to like cancel ability. It's really annoying that like I don't think there's a way to do that. I don't know how I feel about friendly fire. It would be cool if you could like play mobs against each other to friendly fire each other, and I don't know if you can or not, honestly. So that might be possible. I don't remember. Like I haven't run across a lot of AoE enemies to like really try that. Oh you shit! I thought you were dead. I played hiding. Ah! Oh shit. cluster right there. It's a public event? Nice. It's one of the nice things about this game too is like when you line up combos in group play, especially in like harder dungeons and stuff, you really feel like
Fucking Izzy.
you really feel the payoff of it, right? Like you're like, oh shit, yeah. Oh, I hate these guys.
That's one. Good. Keep going. You got it. Good.
Yeah, like I really don't feel like there's anything to talk about with Star Citizen, and there probably won't be for a while, especially with them focusing on Squadron 42 for this year.
That did it. Relic is silent.
So like,
That's cause for
there's just
celebration.
nothing to talk about. Like, I would be more than happy to be like, man, CIG did this, and that's fucking great. I just don't feel like we're gonna see anything worthy of that kind of like, you know, ego stroking for a while, especially with Squadron 42 taking priority now. So like, I'm not even like worried about Star Citizen. I probably won't be doing much content with Star Citizen except for milestone patches now. So like 3.5 will probably be the next time I make something for Star Citizen, unless like something really fucking crazy comes up, right? Like, I don't even know, like CIG filing for bankruptcy or something like that, right? Like that would pretty much be what it would have to take at this point to talk about something Star Citizen related that isn't a milestone patch, right? Like, I'll still go over the milestone patches, and I would like to see good things coming out of them, right? Like, I'm not saying that I want Star Citizen to fail or anything like that. Like, if they add something in 3.5 that's revolutionary, like the flight model, if the flight model is incredible, I will be so happy to fucking talk about that and be like, man, I'm so glad they found a flight model that's working for them, blah, 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 blah. I just feel like there's not going to be anything anytime soon to talk about it, so there's just no point in doing it. I would like to see the end of that lawsuit either way, right? I don't care who wins or loses in that. It would be nice for it to be over, and it would be really nice if like the public got a like good glimpse in on that one. I just feel like we're never gonna see everything that we wanted to see out of it, unfortunately. Strawberries. My bad. I'm trying to like order groceries while I'm doing this also. So when I'm pausing for like an unreasonable amount of time, that's what I'm doing. I apologize. I would love to see that too, Chris, right? Like, nothing would make me happier than having somebody competent running that company. I think it's a huge issue that Sandy is part of the development, because there's no way that like you can say, oh, hey, my wife doesn't influence me while working on this game. She absolutely does, right? Like, there's no way. Find a marriage where the husband is able to be like, fuck you, I don't care what you want, I'm doing this, right? Like, not a marriage that's like gonna actually last, where like she doesn't leave him and fucking clean him out entirely in the divorce, especially with them having kids and stuff like that, right? So like, there's no way you can tell me that Sandy doesn't have an insane amount of influence over Chris, and like, there's no shortage of ex-employee stories where basically Sandy is running CIG more or less, right? Like, she gets to fucking be the queen of the fucking office and all the fucking politics and everything else. So like, having Chris be in charge of Star Citizen while also having his wife on the team and having his brother on the team, like, to me, that's just it felt like a recipe for a disaster back in like 2013, And now in 2019, I feel like that's just absolutely confirmed in every way possible, right? Like, Aaron, as, you know, Chris is, like, supposed to be kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Check and balance, right? Like, you would think that, like, the second in line would be the person to be like, look, boss, I don't know if this is a really good idea. Like, that should be the person you talk to. Like, there should never be a leadership position where you basically run things as a dictatorship, right? It's one of the things that in the military, like, any good leader takes serious thought and feedback from their subordinates, right? Or what do you call it? Not their subordinates, but their peers, right? Like, you're always looking for other feedback than your own because it's just human nature. There are things you overlook and don't think about, right? But Chris is very well known for not taking feedback regardless, and the fact that, like, his own brother doesn't seem to be able to influence him is a huge deal. His wife is basically, you know, playing fucking drama queen. I'm the prettiest of them all in the office. You know, I have to have all the attention. I'm on ATV. I'm on this. I'm on that. I'm on that. Look at me. I'm Sandy Gardner. I'm part of things, guys. Have you seen me? Are the fans worshiping me yet? Like, she hardcore. Like, I think Chris has a huge ego problem, and he somehow managed to marry somebody who has a bigger ego problem than him. And I think that's just amazing. And that stone cold resting bitch face is absolutely her personality from everything I've heard from anybody who's around her when she's not, like, playing meet and greet with the fans. And that shit drives me crazy too. Like, the amount of Star Citizen backers who will, like, meet Chris or Sandy at, like, CitizenCon and be like, but they're such nice people. They really care about us. Look how nice they were to me when I met them. Dude, you're at a business meeting, you dumb fuck. How stupid are you? Like, he's basically meeting his investors. Of course he's gonna fucking be nice and be like, oh my god, yeah, I appreciate you guys. Like, duh. Like, really? Really? Some of the shit with, like, Star Citizen backers, like, that shit alone makes it so hard to fucking take the community serious because, like, they just fucking don't think, man. It's fucking crazy. Oh, that fucking despawn in the world, though, is so frustrating. And I can't tell what causes it. Like, sometimes it seems like it's another player coming in range, but then I'm like, no, that's not it. So, like, I legit don't understand if it's like a server connection thing or what's going on with that, but it's so fucking irritating. Alright, what else do I need? Food. Gotta get that zucchini, fam. You know what really sucks is, what do you call it? Keto diet, man. God fucking help every single one of you if you ever date somebody who's like, let's do keto. Giving up sugar fucking sucks. Giving up carbs sucks even more. I sit around and I dream at night about carbs and sugar. It's just so fucking delicious. It could be. Because I have seen instances where shit, like, despawns and goes away, right? And then it comes back, like, just fucking out of nowhere. So it might be a sync issue, perhaps? I could totally see that being the cause. Oh my gosh, I unlocked it! God, I literally can't even, like, offer out blowies for a high-level sniper rifle. I don't know what the deal is. Like, I got them left and right when I first started playing, and I just cannot get a goddamn sniper rifle that's, like, above power level 13. It's driving me nuts. All right. Yeah, right, for sure. Yeah, I agree, Chris. Like, it's definitely frustrating. I wish that they would just have, like, straight dedicated servers, like, throughout. Especially if, like, you're not gonna allow me to just go out private match whatever I want. To me, that's kind of like a weird issue. But what can you do? I'm actually going to jump off for a little bit, guys. I'll be back later tonight with Move Speed, and we'll try to do some Stronghold stuff. I'm going to try to work on the Colossus some more and force myself to like it, because I'm really bothered that right now I hate the way it plays. So I'm hoping that if I can get some other abilities for the Colossus, maybe they'll fire differently and I'll enjoy that more. And I'll be like, yeah, okay, I'm into the meatball guy again. Let's give him another chance. So we'll see how that goes. But I need to finish ordering these groceries so they get delivered hopefully before the girlfriend goes to work, so I can make dinner really, really fast. So I'm going to finish that really quick. I'll probably be back in, let's say, 2.5 hours. What time is it? 4:30? Yeah, 2.5 hours. Let's say 6:30. I'll be back. I'll try to get Move Speed in here. If anybody else wants to, you can go download the open demo to play Anthem yourself right now. It's a free weekend from Friday until Sunday. So you don't have to take my opinions on the game. You can try it for yourself. So you can say, man, I knew I was going to hate this game. Or, oh, shit, this game's actually kind of fun. All you have to do is go on Origin and add the demo to your library and play away. So if you happen to do that and come in 2 hours from now, I'm on, start streaming again, just hit me up in the Discord and be like, hey dude, I'm playing, and I'll add you in too, and we can do some free roam mission, Stronghold, whatever. I'd like to do some hard level Stronghold again as the Colossus, but right now I don't even feel like safe trying to do the Stronghold on normal in the Colossus. Like, holy crap, I really need to figure out what I'm doing wrong in terms of, like, if it's just a gear issue or if it's the abilities firing off and I need to either love it or hate it. I'm not really sure yet, but hopefully we'll find out, and we'll go from there. So, yep. I will see you guys a little later. Thank you so much for watching, hanging out, and hopefully you guys will get a chance to try out Anthem for yourselves and decide on your own whether or not you justifiably hate it, or maybe it'll be a game you'll get into later. So, I'm out. Time to get food.